everyone, how are y'all doing? I got an email from a feller. He wanted to find out what his texture was not working correctly. First of all, he made a texture for a road decal and it's not showing up. Or and the other thing was made a uh, he made a terrain paint from Johnson Valley, but he put it in Utah. He scaled it correctly, but he said the asphalt don't look right. So when I looked at it, I realized right away what it was. I'll just ignore that. That's nothing. That didn't come with the map. That's something I did to it. So here's the asphalt now, behaving like it's supposed to, where you see asphalt where you paint asphalt. That was what the question was about. He was like, well, why doesn't the asphalt look like asphalt? Why, when you paint, say, like this rock here, it looked like dirt when it should be rock? Or why is the sand look like the same thing? Or the grass looks like the same thing? Why doesn't the asphalt look like the asphalt that you want it to be? Well, it's because that they use a base material, the way they do their maps. They use a base material that basically is the entire map looking down at it as a base paint. Since that's what you see when you're far away, it makes sense to make that the base texture. And then they just do the macro and detail for the up close stuff to give it the variations like the dirt or the grass. It's limited. I don't like it. I tried doing it with my stuff and I didn't like how it looked. I prefer to sometimes use macro texture as a base texture because they just look better for small stuff, but terrible for large stuff. Now this ground model asphalt, the only difference, well, the only thing I did differently than what his texture looked like is I replaced the base color map, because it did look like this. This is what it looked like before I got it. As if it was scaled correctly. So that's what it looked like when I got it. Just like regular Utah. And he said that he had that terrain paint of the road he made. He got the texture from another map, scaled it so that it correctly matched what this is saying. He scaled it to 2048 like he's supposed to, but he's tried to paint and it doesn't look like road. You want the road to go through there, it can't do it. It looks like, even though the ground model will be asphalt, it doesn't look like it. So what I did is I replaced this with the new texture that is one that I got from, I think, Ambient CG or either Polyhaven. I got this texture. It came with the diffuse, the height map, normal map, roughness map, ambient occlusion map. But you only need one. You only need one. You don't have to do all the others if you don't want to. You don't have to. You can just stick the base texture in there, which that'll be the diffuse. Ensure that it is 2048 by 2048 if that is what you got set here. And then you can just put it down in the ambient occlusion in the same slot for ambient occlusion, just like that. Save it. It'll work. See? You just get your scale right. You want your scale to look like the distance it is in this image. So if this is a picture of the ground or of asphalt and it's 30 meters across, and that's what you would basically make this. But I think it's more like 128. That's less than that. Let's see, 32. See, now it's not a real good base texture, but it is better than normal macro. You do see it tiling, but for the most part it looks pretty good. Now it also came with other maps, but that was just if you wanted to do quickly. If you want to also do the normals and the roughness, ambient occlusion, and height, you could add them on there. They're all there. Height maps, they don't really do much. What they do is at the edge here, at the edge of your texture, it kind of makes a little fringe. You see, it kind of makes these like little, it helps supposed to help blend the paints together, but it doesn't really help. Personally, when I want to blend things together like that, I'll do like they did, where they'll make a decal that goes from whatever texture you want it to go from to whatever texture you want it to go to, so that it'll blend better. I'll do that. Sometimes I'll use like a shaded gradient from black to transparent or from white to transparent. Those work well too. Now the next question was, why doesn't my new decal show up? Well, the name of the decal he made was Asphalt Road 02. Let's see if we can find it. And I'll show you why it would not work the way you got it set. Asphalt Road 2. Well, it might not be in there. Let's just make one. We'll make a texture. I can replicate your problem. I already know what it is. Road decal. And we'll create it. Alright, let's just stick something in there real quick. Alright, save our material. Let's make a decal with that. This is what he run into right here. So he made the decal and he went to the inspector and he's like, hey, where's it at? It ain't in here. Alright, you forgot something. What you forgot is in the additional info where you see material tag, you got to put road and path. Hit enter, save it. Now you'll be able to pull it up. What did I call it? I forgot the damn name. I just looked at it. Road decal. Road decal. There it is. Yeah, that became a thing back around update 029. Somewhere around there, that became a requirement. I'm not sure exactly when it did, but it didn't used to have to be in there. Now it does. But that was the other question he had. And that's pretty much it. I think that answers everything. I got a few other things I got to do today. This guy's asking about fire. I'm trying to talk about that. Oh yeah, this was I made this yesterday. I was attempting to experiment with some things. I just used this map to do it on. I made this like crazy slide here. That's where that texture came from. Now, place your bets. Place your bets. Will the car make it around the loop? What do you bet it does? What do you bet it does? It's a loop I made, and loops aren't that easy to make. I made it in Blender, so it's a little easier than what it normally would do. But it's still a little process to do it, you know what I mean? I can't ever do it unless I'm looking out my looking out in front. Anyway, I'll get here and get to playing all day on this thing. So yeah, that's it pretty much. That answers both of the questions.